Alright, y'all. As you can see here, I just made a purchase here at McDonald's. I'm in a McDonald's drive-thru. I don't think you can see that. Let me see if there's a way I can show you that. Okay, yeah. So I'm in a McDonald's drive-thru right now, y'all. And my effort is I purchase McDonald's stock. So what I want to do is set it up to link my stock card to my McDonald's stock. So when I'm paying for McDonald's, I'll pay for it through my card, and I'll get double back points and rewards and stuff like that. And then plus Stash also gives me double back points and all rewards and all for all the McDonald's stocks I buy in the form of McDonald's stocks. So what I'm trying to do, I do the same thing with gas. I put out a previous video talking about it. But what I'm trying to do now is set it the same way I would the food that I buy the most, which is pretty much McDonald's. So here I am at the drive-thru of McDonald's, and I got my little receipt here, and I'm going to take you back to my app.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I'm perspective.
All right. Hey, can I have 4 strawberry jellies? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my actual McDonald's app, and I'm gonna set it up so that. Thank you. I'm doing a little piece on McDonald's app and how to set it up to get stock backs and all that kind of stuff or whatever. So I just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
Y'all got good service here.
Tomorrow you can get your points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a nice day, all right?
Have a good day.
All right. But yeah, and show you how to get the points back, and like she said, you can come back tomorrow and get points and all. So show you how it works. This is my first time actually setting up the McDonald's app. I just actually set it up right now. And I do a lot of videos on different things or whatever, and I promised myself I would do even more videos, even on simple things or conventional things like this. It's all about self-wealth, health, and truth, and this is a part of wealth, even though it's not much of a part of health because of the type of food, but at least you get your eggs in. You know, I'm not a fan of eating pork and all, but, you know, you get your eggs in, you get your breakfast in, which is the most important meal of the day. And I always like to sum it up with a coffee or something. But, you know, get that little warm thing going on in my belly to get my, you know, appetite right, to start the day off right or whatever. And then getting into the habit of eating early or whatever. And then that way when I eat early, I can try to go 8 hours, at least 8 hours without eating. And then, you know, maybe eat again when I get done the day or whatever, something like that. But yeah, that's not what this video is about. This video what is about the wealth part, of course, which is the part where every little bit counts. You know, I used to tell an old friend, I used to always say, I said, you know, if you're on government income, then 9 times out of 10, your income is not going to change much throughout the course of, let's say, 10, 20 years. But one thing you can do is you can change your expenses. And like the Jews always say, money saved, money earned. And it's so factual. You know, you may not be able to earn that money, but you may be able to save that money. And a good example of this is something that no one wants to teach you. And that is the difference between, let's say, income versus disposable income. Like, for example, a person can be making $100,000 a year, which is pretty good, versus a person who's literally only making, let's say, I don't know, $25,000 a year, which is about $500 a week, right? And the person who's making $100,000 a year, let's say that person's making, I don't know, about $2,000 per week, right? So one person's making $2,000 per week, the other person's making $500 per week, but because the person who makes $2,000 per week is literally spending $1,900 per week on expenses and living like the Joneses or whatever else, then that person who only makes $500 per week is kicking that person's butt, because that person who's only making $500 per week doesn't have to pay any bills at all. He's not trying to be like the Joneses. His $500 income is also his $500 disposable income. And so that's a good example of disposable income versus income. And it ties back to this: money saved, money earned. So in other words, whether your income is disability, or whether your income is a very good job, or whether your income is not a very good job, where you're not really making a good rate per hour, it's pretty much irrelevant. The only thing that bottom lines, or the thing that matters most, is your take home, your disposable income. There's nothing like busting your butt for a car that you never get a chance to drive because you're always at work, working in a car, sitting in the parking lot just to pay for it. So, you know, I'm just not that type of person. I've never been that type of person. And so this is a good example of, practicing that. This is a very good example. I mean, if you look at the money you're going to spend per year if you're going out to work, if you look at the money that you're investing in your meals in the morning, your breakfast and stuff in the morning, then you'll see you're spending a lot of money, in preparation to get yourself, healthy for work, or keep yourself healthy for work or whatever. So what I'm saying to you is, if this is one of your biggest expenses, because life is a business, your personal life is a business, and I can break it down to you a million ways, but this is one of the ways you can cut your overhead costs. Your overhead cost is something like a necessity. You have to eat. Just like you have to keep the lights on, you have to eat. So these are ways that you can save eating. If you see yourself eating, let's say $6,000 worth of McDonald's on a yearly basis, you're literally spending $500 per month on eating out, and most of it, which is McDonald's, then there's ways you can maybe put 10% of that back. I know it may not sound like much, but when you're taking that 10% and you're investing it in a specific time where that company was on its downside, then you don't need me to tell you that 10% could turn into 100% and then 1,000% in the future. And that's what this is all about. Not just saving these rewards and all, but setting these rewards so that it goes back to my stocks. That's what it's all about. Taking my stock card and setting it up with my reward account. And that's what I'm going to show you as soon as I pull over. Right now, I'm on my way out to an office meeting, so I can't really do it now. I might have to pause the video and then finish it when I get out there. But basically what I want you to know is, hey, the gist of this is not just, using rewards. Anybody can use rewards. But if you're in a stock game and things like that, then you can also tie your rewards to your stocks. And then you can also do something like what I'm doing. Make a video about it, put my name on it, and literally take an affiliate link or something and put it at the bottom of the description of the video. Maybe add some little catchy things to it, and some good music to it. And literally now, if that video goes to 1,000 people, that means 1,000 people have had the chance to double click on one of my descriptions, which in turn pays me as well. So it's all about, maximizing the money, and again, making yourself marketable, and selling your name. If I make money off this, or if it comes back in money, then I'll just take that money and reinvest it in something else that's also